everybody! Welcome to Mondays with Mark. I'm Mark, and this is Smokey, Steve, and Mark. Oh, yes it is! Welcome back. I guess we should say, welcome back, huh? Because it's been a minute, hasn't it? Yeah, well, with Mondays with Mark, it's definitely been over 2 weeks. I think that was the last video that we had released before we moved, and then it was, I don't know, probably about 2 weeks that we didn't put a video out, at least a week and a half. But we tried to keep engaged. We tried to, keep you updated on what was going on. Woo! Was it stressful? Oh my gosh, the move was stressful. But we'll talk about that in a minute. How the heck are you doing? I was so excited all day long to get caught up with everybody and see everybody here on Mondays with Mark. I really was. Now, we don't really have any projects planned for tonight, or we're not going to be cooking or anything like that, but what we are going to do, I thought it would be fun to look at this. Well, hello everybody. Well, hello. Oh, the kitties, they adjusted so good, especially Bandit. He didn't seem to affect him at all. He is he's so I don't know how to explain it. He's full of wonder. He's still exploring every little nook and cranny in here, right? Aren't ya? And Oscar, he's done very well too. He's still staying in the closet most of the day, but he has been coming out just a little bit more every single day. Today when I got home from work, he came out and greeted me. So I think that's gonna be his little safe place in there. So I have to get in there because I have holiday stuff and everything that has to go into that closet. It's like a storage closet. It's not like a walk-in or a a closed closet. It's like a storage. It's very long and narrow, like a hallway, no bars or hooks or shelves or anything like that. So it's a storage closet. So that's where all of our holiday stuff and storage stuff is gonna go in there, so I gotta get in there because I have a bunch of boxes over in this room over here that has to go in there, but I didn't want to upset him anymore, but Oscar, the time's a coming. We gotta do that. And I think that if I still have room, maybe I'll still make a little I don't know, a little maybe corner of it in there for him, put a little bed or something in there. We'll see. But yeah, they're doing very well, and he's been Bandit's been just engaged in everything. It's really good. We were really worried about that with the move, especially with Oscar. Oscar's never been inside unless he was an indoor kitty prior to me meeting him at the old place in the garden, and that was 3 years ago. But I'm not sure. He's talk about eyes full of wonder. That's Oscar. He takes a step out and he's wow, man, not afraid. Just walks cautiously, It's cute. I'll try to get some video of it. It's really cute. But all right. So where was I? Yes, right. Okay. So yes. Unfortunately, I don't have a project or anything to do tonight. Heck, I don't even have a space to do crafts or anything right now, But what I thought we would do, I thought that first, of course, we'll get caught up on, have some updates on what the heck's been going on over the last couple weeks, right? And then I thought it might be fun to take a look at some projects that I'm brainstorming about right now. And there's a few of them, okay? But I want to get your opinion on it too, because I have a lot of them, some different projects for the apartment, decor things, some things for the cats, and of course we don't have the garden right now, so I think we'll probably be doing a lot of houseplant stuff, container gardening, and someone mentioned in last night's live stream about hydroponics, which is something I've never done. I thought that might be kind of fun to do too, And then, I also, people have been asking about the plants. How did they make the move? Did they survive? Where are they at? Blah, blah, blah. And so I took some video of that to show you how the plants came through. and updates on some projects that involve plants. And I think it was the very last one we did on Mondays with Mark was one of them. So I have that that we'll talk about. And plus, we'll just talk about the exciting times we're in right now, right? The past is behind us, the future is ahead of us, and it's gonna be like nothing but positive vibes only, right? Had to get that in there. So how are you doing anyway? Gosh, I feel like it's been so long, since we've talked together, and it's funny because I always look at Mondays with Mark as like, I don't know, its own little community, its own little thing, right? And so it well, look, overall, over the last couple weeks when we weren't filming during the move, we missed it. We missed you guys, and there was definitely something missing in our lives, And when we came back on Friday, it was really quite nice to get back into the swing of things, with the channel and with making videos and stuff, At first we thought, oh, we're not going to film anything until we're all settled in and the studio is set up and everything, but that's probably going to be at least another week or two, before we have everything set up. So, but yeah, I was actually pleasantly surprised at how that was missing. There was just something missing, and so it's really, really nice to be back, and especially here on Mondays with Mark. We have a lot of stuff coming up in the future as far as the channel goes too. I mean, we're talking about new segments and kind of revamping it a little bit. We had started to do that prior to all of this, and then of course took a little break from it, but with new segments, we just happen to have a wedding coming up, y'all. I know, gosh, it's like a little over 2 months. It's crazy. It's coming up so fast. But so the wedding segments, that's going to be exciting. We always knew that we wanted to involve everybody as much as we possibly can, with the wedding. We already knew we're going to live stream some of the ceremony, but leading up to it, So we got a hashtag together, and we'll be kind of updating you all along the way with the decorations and the centerpieces and all that. I think it's going to be fun. I'm really quite excited about the wedding and the wedding segments that we're going to do, And I was really anxious to get back to, well, just filming, but doing our other little segments that we do, like the road trips and the rewinds and all that. I really, really enjoy doing that, and it helps it helps me emotionally and mentally as well too, So yeah, we'll be doing that. I mean, crap, autumn is almost, did you believe that autumn is right around the corner? This year has flown by, but how exciting is that too? We have a new place. Autumn is right around the corner, which means Spooky Steve and Mark. We have the wedding segments and then the holidays. So it should be just a fun season coming up, And well, it's gonna be a fun season. I'm totally into it. So I feel like I'm rambling, right? Why don't we get to something? What do you want to do first? Do you want to talk about projects? Hey, why don't we talk a little bit about the plants? So I've been getting a lot of messages about the house plants, the plants that I had taken out of the garden and, tried to save them and all that. And where are they? And, how did they fare, with the move and that? Well, what I had done was the weeks leading up to the move, I had started taking all the plants to work. To try to help so we didn't have to do it all on the day of the move. Plus, I didn't want to move them and then move them again and then move them again and again. So they've been there for the last few weeks, and they're doing pretty well. Here, check it out. Okay, so in office number 1, yeah, I have them spread out all over the whole office here. Remember this one? Look, he came back so nice. Look at all the new growth. This was the plant that we had put on top of that pedestal rock planter we made. So that's cool. And look at the mums. These were the mums that we had rooted from stem cuttings, and then I just transplanted them into these here, and by fall they'll be all nice and big and beautiful. And then our autumn moon plant there, he survived too, so he'll be just great for autumn. And over in my office here we'll start with these. These are our rosemary cuttings. I think we did this on the last video. It was Mondays with Mark. I think it was our last video before the move. These were our rosemary cuttings that we rooted, and I had some that were already in pots, and we are growing them to make topiaries out of. And this one is going to be the wreath. Look, the new growth there. I'll just train him to go all the way up and around. And that is the one that we're going to form into a tree. And then these two were the topiaries, and remember, we were afraid, I was afraid they were gonna die. Look, new growth, and new growth here too. I'm excited that they lived, so they should be good in time for Christmas. That'll be great. And of course, you know, these were all my houseplants came to work, you know, so. But anyway, okay, and then let's see. Remember our succulent project where we did the butter dishes? I think it was called, there we go. I think it was called, the Dollar Store Planter Ideas video or whatever. We did that one, and that one. And then the cement one here, they look good. And oh yeah, and remember the toys from the dollar store he turned into planters? They turned out nice too. And they're all doing pretty good. Like, look at the snake plant. Like, here's the snake plant, and look, like, all these blooms. I've never had one bloom before. It's pretty cool. And that same video, remember we made the planter out of the chalkboard from the dollar store? Look at all the new growth on him. All right, I'm talking too much. So that's just an update of the plants here. Oh, yeah, look, the holly is right there, and that's from the video where we used the rooting hormone. So they have all new growth on them. Ooh, I'm gonna keep those in containers. I think they're gonna look just beautiful. So there's all the plants, and you know what? Let's go outside. Yes, I forgot. There's some more outside. Okay, so it's a little loud out here. Let's see. So I brought a bunch of plants, and they're outside too. But look, that's our patchouli plant. He survived and is doing good. Another mum. Again, these were the cuttings that we rooted, and I put them into that cauldron there. Oh, I can't wait to see that bloom for the autumn, as I can't wait for this one too. Look, guys, that's our bat flower plant. Look at all the new growth. I swear, the energy at that old place, he wasn't growing at all there. Man, I can't wait for him to bloom. Okay, and then our potatoes. And remember, like, when this foliage all gets brown and dies off, like, that's when we are able to harvest our potatoes. Oh, yes. All right, okay, so now I'm really done with all the plants at work. You're pretty cool, huh? I'm really happy they all survived, and I tell you, I am super thrilled about that bat flower. I hope he blooms this year. I think he will. I kind of think he will. We have about 3 months till the end of October. Like, I think he will. So anyway, you'll know. Of course, I'll keep telling you. But my plan is to move them back, you know, to the house here now. Once we get settled in, and I can put them in a place and leave them there, you know. And, you know, of course, you know, in absence of a garden, you know, I kind of think we're going to be doing some container gardening. I do think so. I mean, this place is so large, and we have so many windows that I can do so much with houseplants and indoor gardening. I really think I'm going to, well, obviously, it's too late to do an outside garden, like in the ground, you know. But boy, can we do a lot inside, and I'm excited about that. I mean, starting with, I need to do an indoor herb garden. I mean, you know me, whenever I can, I use fresh herbs, and there's no reason not to have fresh herbs year-round with an indoor herb garden. So that's literally the first thing that I'm going to do, you know. And as I promised, our very first project in the new apartment, the Hawaiian Tea Plant. Y'all, they came, look. I don't know, I told you about this probably, I don't know, about a month ago when we first knew we were going to move. And I said, okay, so the first thing we're going to do is the Hawaiian Tea Plant. So we're going to do, oh, these plants, they were so huge in the 70s. Like, everybody had one in the 70s. And they are making such a big comeback right now. And they are really awesome plants. So, and I'll show you how easy it is too. So that'll probably be next week. Next week's Mondays with Marc is going to be a lot of fun. I'm not gonna say nothing about it, but we'll have a lot of fun next week because I owe you a nice, exciting Mondays with Marc. So we'll do that next week, okay? So what were we talking about? Okay, yeah, plants. So let's see. We talked about that. I want to make sure there's nothing I forgot. Container gardening, I wanted to talk to you about. Okay, and so what other projects? You know, one of my favorite things to do has always been to do is like watching on TV or on YouTube when people get a new place and how they set it up and how they decorate it and how they, you know, do all that. Well, it just so happens that's me now. We have a new place and I have like all these ideas. My mind is going a mile a minute with all of these different ideas and projects that I want to do. And lucky you, I'm taking you along with me with all of this. But so check this out. I really want to do this project, okay? And this involves the kitty cats, okay? So I really want to do a catio. Oh yes, check it out. Basically what it is just like a screened in, you know, box, or like, it's not a room, it's like, you know, a box that attaches to the outside of a window. And when you open the window, the kitty cats can go out in there and like kind of be outside. And I just love the word catio too. And check them out. There's all different kinds. There's all different ways that you can do it. Now, I'm not very good with, like, you know, like look at that one. Like, of course well, I'm not gonna make one that big, but what was I saying? I'm not very good at, like, with power tools and like construction stuff, you know, but I think I can do this. I've been looking up some tutorials on how to make them. I think we can do it, and I think we'll make a video out of it. And this is where I'm thinking of doing it. This is the bedroom window in the back room. This is the bedroom window that goes out onto the porch. And I think that would be a great place to put it because the cats can be out there when I'm out there doing my gardening and stuff like that on the porch, and they can sit out there. And it's already covered, so I don't have to put like a roof on the catio at all. So I don't know. So that's what I was thinking of. One of the first projects that I want to work on. It's rather ambitious. I'm like I said, I don't usually build things out of wood, you know, but that's definitely one of them. And of course decor. I don't even know where to begin with what's going on in my head with all the decor in the place, but we'll do those one at a time. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And if you have any suggestions too, you know, let me know. I'm totally open to any suggestions with decor or setting up the place. If you go back to Friday's video, we did like a tour of the whole place, you know, when it was empty, and then, you know, where we're at now with it. So, I would be anxious to see what you have, you know, what your ideas were, you know, because like I said, one of my favorite things to do is like watch people do that. HGTV, they have a lot of shows that are like that, you know, and it's a lot of fun. And now I'm like here and I'm overwhelmed and I want to do everything like tonight and it can't be done. So I get bummed out and I get, you know how it goes. But so let's see, there's that. And then of course, probably one of the most exciting things for both Steven and myself is that we now have a spare room. Like, we have a couple spare rooms, but we have a dedicated room now for Smokey, Steve, and Marc. So we're going to build a little, like, kind of like studio in there, you know. We'll go back to having the backdrops, and we're going to keep everything for the channel in that room. Like, sometimes we have, like, we don't really have costumes, but sometimes we do, you know, and like we have like holiday shirts we only wear on the channel, like things like that, and props and different things like that. We're just going to keep all in there. And then the other side of it is a dedicated craft room. Y'all know how long I've wanted a craft room. Oh my gosh. I'm stoked. And so that's going to be fun. And the music room, we have the keyboard in there, and that's over to my left here, and that's in Friday's video too. It's a mess right now, but so that's one of the that's pretty exciting for us anyway, to keep everything in one room, and then plus we'll be able to, like, I think it will actually look nicer too as far as the video goes, you know. So that's going to be one of the major projects. And did I forget anything? Oh, there's so much that I could tell you that I'm thinking about with projects in my head, but, you know, we're not going to go there. Anyway, yeah, okay, so the studio, all that, oh, that's fantastic. And also in there, we have a dedicated wall for all of the viewer artwork we have. Oh my gosh, when I was packing things up, like, I found everything, you know, because we had some stuff on the wall, and then we just didn't have room. So I found some more stuff. So we have a wall in there that all the viewer artwork will go up, and we can show that every once in a while. So I'm very excited and very blessed about the new place here, you know. And that kind of brings me to the point where like a little update for everybody, you know. So over the last 2 weeks, obviously the main thing was the move for us, and I know we've been talking about it for a while now, but it was a pretty big transition for us, you know. Neither one of us has moved in 8 years, and the last move was from Steven's parents' house, you know. And it was a large transition for us, and the kiddies too, you know. And it's not something you do every day unless you're a nomad or something, I don't know, you know. And so, you know, that was obviously taking the bulk of our time up, and a lot of mental gymnastics that had went along with that, you know. And I can get overwhelmed very easily. I try to keep things into perspective, and I try to stay positive, like, at all times. I really do. We don't just say this on the channel, you know, above all else, stay positive. We don't just, it's not lip service. We do try to live those words. I'm a firm believer that if you face anything, no matter what it is, with positivity, you know, you can get through it a little bit easier, you know. And it really helped this last couple weeks here, you know. But I did get overwhelmed. I did get in my head a little bit, you know, and I had people to talk to, and we made it through, you know. It was good. You know, we did miss you, or else you would have been hearing about it all week, let me tell you, last week. But it's all good, you know, and it has turned out to be one of the best things that we have done, you know. It's, the energy here is so much more positive than at the last place, and it was something that we didn't realize. And it could be that, you know, we had made a decision probably a year ago that we had wanted to move. We weren't going to do it until next year, but, you know, once that decision is made, then maybe we kind of viewed the old place a little differently. I'm not sure, but the energy there was definitely different than it is here, and I'm very happy for that. You know, you don't know until you're in a place and you meet the neighbors and you iron out all the little things that pop up, and, you know, the drive to work, and where is the laundromat, and what's our new store, things like that. You know, we moved very close to our old place. I mean, we're on the other side of town, but we're still in Scranton. We're closer to downtown. We literally walk 1 block down the road and we're in, like, downtown Scranton, like, proper, you know. Whereas before it was about 4 blocks. And we're in the section of Scranton that they call the medical district. We're kind of wedged in between 2 hospitals. There's a lot of churches around us. It's kind of like a family neighborhood sprinkled with like apartment buildings. It's very nice here, and we'll be getting some more footage for you as the time goes on here of the neighborhood and the outside and everything as well, you know. So we're very, very blessed with that. Also within the last couple weeks, both of us had a couple doctor's appointments and a procedure done. So later on in the week, we'll update you on all that. It's all good. There's nothing like, you know, groundbreaking or anything. It was all pretty good, you know. And what else did I want to update you on? I'm trying to remember the questions that were asked. Neighbors, check, they're good. Kitties, check, we already talked about them. But yes, everything is pretty good, and we want to keep this high going. We want to keep the positivity going, keep the high going, and, you know, just get back to the swing of things here on the channel, you know. And we're so happy that that you're here with us for it, you know. I definitely am, you know. So all right. I don't even know if I covered everything I wanted to talk to everybody about tonight. I think I did, and heck, if I didn't, I'll just pop back in tomorrow and see how you're doing and let you know what I forgot. Does that sound like a deal? Okay. All right. Well, I definitely have talked your ear off enough tonight. Okay. So, thank you so much for spending your time with me. It really means the world to both me and Steven. It really does. Thank you also for your patience during the last couple weeks with us having no videos out during the move. Definitely check us out over on Facebook and Instagram, and we are on Twitter now. I'm kind of stepping lightly into Twitter, you know. I'm just still kind of pulled in a million different directions, but we are on Twitter. It's at SmokeySteveA. All of our contact information is listed right down below. That would be our P.O. box and our email address. And definitely hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and that notification bell so you know when we have a new video coming out, okay? Thank you again, everybody. It was so great to see you. You have a fantastic week, and I will see you next time. And now more than ever, everybody, above all else, stay positive. All right, ciao, everybody.